at the size of that bass.
Live coverage of the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Pickwick Lake is sponsored by TH Marine.
How's everyone doing today? It is my favorite day of the week, Championship Sunday on the Bassmaster Elite Series. This is our 6th Championship Sunday of 2022. And this, of course, the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Pickwick Lake in beautiful Tennessee. Let's hear it for Tennessee and Whataburger, our presenting sponsor here this week. We started with 92 anglers, cut it down to 47, and then 10 went out today. In a few short minutes, we will have our 6th Elite Series champion of 2022. And this is our final stop in the South. After this, we head north. Our next event going to be on the St. Lawrence River. But you guys have a very important job, and that is to make lots and lots of noise for our anglers, because this isn't just for us. We've got all our viewers watching right now on Bassmaster.com. This, of course, is broadcast every Saturday, Sunday of Elite Series competition. You can watch on FS1 kicking off at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So you guys want to show people that this part of the world is where you go to have a good time, right? Some of you are more convinced than others, it sounds like. But here, I always tell you I'm the world's least likely cheerleader. These are my pom-poms. When I spin this around, I need you to get real loud. Let's try it one time. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, a lot of people with fans in their hands that don't make a lot of noise, so I appreciate you. But keep cool. I mean, we're lucky we got a little cloud rolling over us here. I need you to we've got cameras all around here. I need you to give me 30 seconds of absolute insanity. Do you think you can do it? Okay, shh, don't get too excited yet. 1, 2, 3. All right, I need you to keep the noise coming. Before we can weigh any fish, we need to bring up our weighmaster. Let's hear it for our tournament director, LT, Lisa Talmadge. Lisa, we are down to our final 10 anglers, and this is always my favorite day of the week. We're about to crown a champion and make somebody's lifelong dreams come true here today.
Definitely. It's one of my favorite days as well, but also very nerve-wracking because it's the finale. You want everything to go very well, so I always get a little bit nervous today, but excited. But I know you guys are ready, but before we get started, I do have several people I want to thank. I want to thank the Hardin County Convention and Visitors Bureau, because without a great host, we couldn't do this. So let's give them a round of applause. And Beth Pippin, I've been working with her. She is wonderful. Thanks, Beth. Also, the park here, the Pickwick Landing State Park, great facility. Thanks to everyone here helping us here. Thank you. We have a lot of volunteers, so I want to thank all the volunteers. I want to thank the Bass staff, because, I mean, it takes a lot to put this event on. You guys can see. So let's give all the volunteers and the Bass staff a round of applause. And most of all, thank you. Thank you guys for all coming out. Thank you.
I'll let you set up the scales. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible crowds we have had here all week long, and it's hard to believe that anybody shows up to this weigh-in when you see how many people are partying on the lake all day long. So I appreciate you guys for coming in here for a little while to enjoy our weigh-in. For those of you who have never been to an Elite Series weigh-in, we're going to drive our anglers through, and the goal is to load our Yeti hot seat. You load the Yeti hot seat, you sit there as long as you can. Our final angler is going to be Brandon Lester, who is our Day 3 leader. We got any Brandon Lester fans? Well, the goal is to stay here as long as you can. At the very end, we are the original American Idol. We will put 2 anglers side by side. One will win, and the other will not, unfortunately. But they will get paid very generously. They also get to keep, our winner gets to keep the Yeti hot seat. And this week, not only the Yeti hot seat, but we got the Whataburger prize pack here, a cooler, and all sorts of cold drinks. Are you guys ready to start this weigh-in? You think they're ready, Lisa? Are you guys really ready? Are you guys ready? Let's get ready to weigh! Let's roll through our very first angler. He was one of the local favorites coming into this event. And man, what a day he had yesterday to get inside the top 10. He is Bubble Boy with nowhere to go but up. He is a Bassmaster Open winner. He is the 2017 Forest Wood Cup champion from Florence, Alabama. Get loud for Justin Atkins. Started today with 53 pounds and 4 ounces, looking for 10 pounds even to take the lead. And load our Yeti hot seat to get this weigh-in started. 5 fish here today for Justin Atkins, looking for 10 pounds to take the lead. 12 pounds and 9 ounces, you move into the lead. Dig deep in that VMC weigh-in bag and hold them high. Justin Atkins with a big top 10 finish here close to home. Going to weigh that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Obviously going to take that over for the day because it's the first one we weigh. 4 pounds, 8 ounces. And, Justin, you're going to take the lead here. I don't know how comfortable you will get in that seat because I don't know how long you'll sit there. But, man, this is a big finish, a top 10 here. And I'm predicting this tail end of the season is going to be pretty exciting. Going to St. Lawrence River next where you've done really well in the past. And you got to be pretty amped to get this going.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I needed a good tournament here, and it's been an awesome week. I've had a really good friend of mine, Trey Mitchell, and my dad have been with me for every cast, every day. Gas is too expensive for that crap, but they did it anyway, so I appreciate that. I had a lot of other friends out there with me, and it's been awesome. It's good to fish on my home lake. I got to catch every fish this week. A way I love to fish. I was just using my active target, throwing at hard spots and wood, using a Berkeley power worm, and I just tried to stay away from that school fishing. I know how that can get really congested, and those fish can be kind of fickle. And today, my deal just kind of wound down a little bit. I feel like I'd rotated through the same places a lot. I wish I'd spread out a little more in practice, but I thought me and the fish had a deal, but
What was the deal?
that I was just going to throw my worm out there and they would get on it, and I was going to bring them back to Tennessee. But the ones I threw at today were Roll Tide fans because they said, we ain't coming to the Vole country.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I guess it depends what way you look at it, what if they're cheering for the right team or wrong team. But, man, it's going to be a good payday and some great momentum, and much-needed momentum heading into the tail end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to getting up north. I love the St. Lawrence River. The Mississippi River's been good to me a lot. So Hawaii's the only one I'm not sure about, but I tend to get around a few smallmouth from time to time. So hopefully that one plays good. I got to thank all my family and my friends. It's been a freaking awesome week. I really needed it. My 7-month pregnant wife and my 2-year-old are up at 4:30 every morning. I mean, they're troopers. It's been really awesome. So I appreciate everybody. This crowd is freaking awesome. I hope we come to Pickwick every year.
I'd love to do that myself. Let's hear it for him. He's going to load our Yeti hot seat. And let's roll through our next angler. Eight Bassmaster top 10s. Just over a month ago, he took a win in the Bassmaster Opens. All the way from Japan, get loud for Kenta Kimura. $53 pounds and 5 ounces at the start of today. 3 fish here today. Looking for 12-9 to knock Justin Atkins out of the Yeti hot seat. 7 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into 3rd place. Justin can relax a little bit. And Kenta, unfortunately, not going to be your week to win the title, but you have to be happy. Top 10 finish here on a body of water that, I mean, a lot of favorites coming into this really struggled because of the amount of pressure on these fish.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely happy to, make cuts top 10. And, I don't think I ever did this good before in the Tennessee River. And, I just didn't didn't know what I was doing, but I kind of figured out that what the profile they like to eat it. So I kept just on a big Magnum spoon and a big swim bait whole week, and that's how I got them. But in today, I think that, I beat them up a little bit too much, and also, I guess a lot of the fishes went out deeper, but I just couldn't find out.
So was the biggest difference just using a bigger bait than you have here in the past?
Yes, that's a whole key, and also the different kind of bait. And a lot of guys like this on a soft shell swim bait. I was thinking was a harder shell, was a crankbait type of swim bait because nobody else does it. So that's what I caught the majority of my big one on.
Well, great finish and great payday, and now we head north from here. How are you looking forward to the St. Lawrence River?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to win one this year. I still got 3 chances this year, so yeah, I wish to win it. Blue trophy one of the day.
Would love to see you hold that blue trophy. Let's hear it for Kenton Kamira. And let's roll through our next angler. He is a 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a Bassmaster Open winner from Kentucky, a man more slick than an ugly stick, Matt Robertson. He led day number 1 of this tournament and comes into Championship Sunday with 53 pounds and 8 ounces, looking for 12 pounds, 6 ounces. To knock Justin Atkins out of our Yeti hot seat. 5 fish all alive. He says, get out. 11 pounds, 7 ounces. He's not going anywhere. 11-7 with 64 pounds, 15 ounces. Justin Atkins, you better get comfortable. Why not have cold water over there? Relax.
You got a cold water for me?
No, you're going to get whatever. You can buy a soda at the refreshment stand if you want.
I wouldn't know, Justin. I wouldn't know if it's a nice chair, buddy. Man, I honestly, whenever I was sitting up there, I seen Justin sitting there, I was like, man, the only thing I want to do is make him get up.
He got up for a second there and then got right back down.
Yeah, that's about how 2 days of my week went. Watched Cody Huff whack him on Friday, pulled up there today. He's catching them every cast. I'm throwing in the same spot, can't get a bite. Story of my week, buddy. So, yeah, I know me and Brandon's supposed to wrestle, but Cody kind of got on my bad side a little bit out there not letting me catch nothing, so I may have to wrestle him. And Justin over here smarting off, I might have to wrestle him too. So, Brandon, you get a break for about 2 weeks, buddy.
You've had enough L's today. I don't know that you need to wrestle. I mean, let's just cut it as a top 10 is good. A butt whooping doesn't make it any sweeter.
There's always tomorrow, Dave.
There always is, and this week's been a good week for you. Why do you think it has been so up and down, one day on, one day off? What happened?
Friday I fished like an idiot, and today I went out there and fished how I was supposed to and just didn't get the bite. They just wasn't pulling water. The schools were busted up. I was looking forward to throwing some real big swim baits through the schools, but I really didn't see any of them. And, I love fishing the Tennessee River in the summertime. And, hopefully we come back.
Always great to have you here. Congrats on a big finish. Let's hear it for him. Tell me how comfortable that chair is.
Oh, it's great since Matt just walked off the stage. I mean, how bad he wanted me to get up? That's how bad I wanted to stay.
It's very comfortable, but this next guy might make it a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm about to get up.
Oh, okay. Let's roll through our next angler. He is a former Bass Nation national champion, a 6-time Bassmaster winner, the 2017 Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year, the current leader in Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year points. While everybody in this sport is focused on 5 big fish, his mind's on one little baby on the other side of the country, the Prodigy, Brandon Pollinick. 54 pounds and 9 ounces. He needs 11 pounds and 5 ounces. 13 pounds, 7 ounces with 68 pounds even. We say goodbye to Justin Atkins and hello to Brandon Pollinick. And we say hello to Brendan Pollinick, and 13 pounds, 7 ounces. Today gives you 68 pounds even. You're leading this tournament. And right now, I don't know who's more excited, you or Tiffany Pollinick, at the fact that you're actually going to get an opportunity to head home.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly how that's going to happen. I'm torn between taking off right now and driving and getting as many hours in as I can tonight, or hopping on a plane tomorrow morning and flying and having someone else drive my camper home. It's a lot of rig. It's a 43-foot fifth wheel, so it's kind of a lot to put on somebody, and it's 2,100 miles to my house, so it's not like it's just down the street. But I feel like we're pushing our luck if I take off driving, you know? I mean, I've made it this far. The fact that she was due last Monday and we've been able to hold it together this long is pretty incredible.
Talk to me about that and how, because you've had an incredibly impressive career. We've seen you do some amazing stuff, but what you've done this week, I mean, never mind what Tiffany's done this week, which is incredible, but your performance this week to focus and to, come into this with the lead and Angler of the Year, to, block it all out and have a big top 10 finish is really amazing with everything you've got on your plate right now.
I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It just kind of came together. I didn't have a great practice. I found a few places. I thought everything I had was going to be community, and I ended up having a few places that were just enough off the wall that nobody else found them, and those carried me through to get here to this point. And once I got my timing down, I could catch them really well. But none of that happens without Tiff, right? I mean, if she was, like, worried about me coming home and asking me to come home all the time and things like that, it doesn't work. Then you can't focus. But when she says, no, I want you to stay, even if I go into labor, I want you to stay. We had to have that conversation. I'm like, no, I'm coming home. But that's the kind of support you need out here to be able to perform at the highest level.
You've performed incredibly this week. One thing that didn't work out is yesterday I made a plea to Bassmaster fans. If anybody owns a private jet, maybe they can help Brandon out. Nobody has helped out, so we're going to have to sweeten the deal. If somebody does come up, whether you're watching online or whatever, if somebody does contact us and says, hey, I've got a private jet, and I'll fly Brandon Pollinick home to have his beautiful baby, will you name the baby after them?
I mean, it's up for debate. We can talk about it on the flight home. I mean, just hope you have a good name, and preferably a girl, because we're going to have a girl. So, I mean, hopefully you're a boy named Sue, I guess.
Well, we'll see how that works out. But, man, an incredible week, an incredible year. But none of this that you've experienced, as incredible of it, is going to hold a candle to what you're about to experience this week, my friend. And I can't wait for you to have that incredible experience of becoming a parent.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go home next week and catch me an 8-pounder.
Your Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year leader, Brandon Pollinick. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And before we bring through our next angler, let's hear it for somebody watching back at home. Let's hear it for Tiffany Pollinick, ladies and gentlemen. And let's roll through our next angler. He's a two-time Bassmaster winner, an incredible 25 Bassmaster top 10s. He is a 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Fort Worth, Texas, the Zaldangerous one, Chris Zaldane. 56 pounds and 2 ounces. He is looking for 11 pounds, 15 ounces. Looking for 11 pounds, 15 ounces, 21 pounds, 13 ounces. And for the second day in a row, he weighs in the VMC Monster Bag of the Day. And Chris Zaldane is your brand new leader with 77 pounds, 15 ounces. With that, we say goodbye to Brandon Pollinick, and we say hello to Chris Zaldane, a longtime friend of Brandon Pollinick. Is there any truth to the rumor that you fished extra hard so you could eliminate him very quickly and get him on his way?
No, not at all. I wish him and Tiffany the best, absolutely. And first things first, thank you all for enduring this heat and coming out and watching this fishing show. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys very much. Second of all, no, I did not pee my pants out there. I've been getting a lot of comments out there. I'm wearing pink shorts and pink shades. Shout out to Trait, my wife, for hooking me up with that and taking care of everything at the RV park there all week long. Man, what a week. I mean, I knew I needed like 25 plus to even have a shot today. And we went out there, caught over 20 pounds, and I'm throwing my brand new swim bait from Bass Mafia. I spent a lot of time in the off season, a lot of time in the last month kind of developing this swim bait. Kind of really, I've thrown this swim bait in the past, and I just kind of took the weaknesses of one swim bait and put it into another. So they really think that thing is a gizzard shad out here on the Tennessee River. I had one 6-pounder, that big one today, come up and smash it so hard it hooked it underneath the throat. I mean, it was convinced that thing was a gizzard shad. So just really pumped for this, top 5 finish or whatever it is. Really cool points going through the rest of the season. But I really love coming to the Tennessee River in the month of June. Yes, it's hot, but the fishing is awesome. You guys are an excellent fishing community, and I look forward to coming back here every single season.
You're having let's hear it for him. Yep. I said it this morning. You're having a quietly really good season this year, and the even better news is statistically, the next bodies of water we're heading to, they're all bodies of water that you've done very well in the past, and you got to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, this group of anglers, they're really good at that pre-spawn and spawn phase. I mean, they're southern flippers and power fishermen. I'm from California originally. I like throwing swim baits. I like doing the finesse thing. But from June on is really where I start to shine. So this really kicks off the top 10 of my season. I think I'll be top 10 in points after this. But those two guys, Brandon and Cox, I mean, that's so much fun to watch, that AOY race. And I'll be happy to place third behind those two boys. But all in all, great week. Again, thank you all for coming out. Thanks, Whataburger, for sponsoring this event. I think Trait and I and the dogs and Johnny, we're all going to go to Whataburger and have a nice burger there and head back to Texas. And that's our home state. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Dave, it's good seeing you. Thanks a lot.
You're not going anywhere. He's loading our Yeti hot seat. Have a seat right there, and we'll see how long he can load that hot seat. Let's roll through our next angler. He is a 2-time Bassmaster winner, a 9-time FLW Tour winner, a former Forest Wood Cup champion. In the thick of things in our Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year race from DeBerry, Florida, get loud for John Cox. Started the day with 56 pounds and 6 ounces because of the incredible job done by Chris Aldane, looking for 21 pounds, 10 ounces to knock him out of the Yeti hot seat. He's got 5 fish, 13 pounds, 10 ounces, moves into second place with 70 pounds even. And John, you're having a really incredible season, and I'm still puzzled that you didn't want Brandon to leave. That shows you're a much better man than I am, because I would have just wanted to get the points any way possible.
Oh, yeah, no, I wanted him to stay for them all. I didn't want to be that guy that wins and then be like, oh, it's because Brandon went home and had a baby, So I'm just I'm thrilled he stayed. I'm thrilled. I don't know how we made a top 10. Today was how I thought it would go, with practice and everything. And, everything was just so crazy what happened, with the mayflies hatching. We got a big storm that dumped inches of rain in. It kind of cooled the water off. Everything kind of set up perfect to get through those first couple days. And, it was just an awesome week. I pulled out the Berkeley General. If you guys haven't, it is by far my favorite stick bait I've ever used. It's super versatile. Caught a ton of fish this week on it. Caught a ton of fish all year on it, and the year before that, and the year before that. But it's just a really good fish catcher, and it was just super cool week.
Incredible week. Not going to take over the lead here, but man, you did your job again for Angler of the Year, and Brandon obviously came in here with the lead, and he's not lifting his foot off the handle. But man, you got a field going north. You've done great up there too.
Oh no, I'm thrilled that I can, that I think we're still going to be somewhat close, and that's the thing is, as long as we're within a few points going into that final one, it would just be an epic ending, no matter who wins. And, I'm just hopefully, we'll keep it close and, we'll see what happens when we get to St. Lawrence.
I love having you up here on Championship Sundays. Let's hear it for John Cox. Let's keep them rolling through. He is a Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He holds the all-time record for the most Toyota Series wins, a Bassmaster Open winner, and an Elite Series champion. From Maryland, get loud for the Schmidt, Brian Schmidt. Brian Schmidt started the day with 56 pounds and 14 ounces. If you watch Bass Live this week, I mean, he was bear pawing bass at the side of the boat. You thought it was gone, but he pulled it back in. Started the day with 56.14, looking for 21 pounds and 2 ounces to knock Chris Aldane out of the Yeti hot seat. 5 fish all alive, 12 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into third place with 69 pounds even. Another great finish for Brian Schmidt. Get loud for Ranger Pro Brian Schmidt. Man, a great finish, top 10 here. I know the goal's always to hold that trophy at the end. Not going to work out this time, but Brian, you got to be happy with the way this one worked out. I mean, so much went right for you. Even when it went wrong this week, it seemed like it went right.
You're exactly right. Really, really good week here. We righted the ship. Remembered how to catch some dang on fish, man. I've had a couple really, really tough events. Found one magic place this week, and it got me till yesterday. And then yesterday and today I had to scrap everything, run around, and, we got out of here with a top 10, man, and, things are looking up.
How did you get out of here with the top 10? Because when you look at that leaderboard afterwards and you look at the amount of people that were pre-tournament favorites that didn't make the first cut, never mind Sunday.
I come here wanting to fish grass. I love fishing grass. I figured it's still early enough to catch them. Couldn't get bit in the grass. Started scanning with my Garmin electronics. I found one school that it wasn't a big school, but nobody else really found. And that was the key, man. I stuck with that. I found other places that people did find, but these fish, because they weren't getting fooled with, they were a little easier to catch. And a non-ledge guy like myself could catch a few there. So, missile baits, magic worm was the deal all week, guys. Y'all need to check that worm out. It got them to bite, man. And believe me, this isn't my specialty. So it worked for me. It'll work for you.
Great bait and a great finish. Congratulations. Let's hear it for Brian Schmidt and Chris Aldane. Nice and cozy here in the Yeti hot seat.
Cozy but hot, just like all y'all. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Should we rolling through?
Yes.
Let's roll through our next boat. He is the 2017 Strike King College Bass Champion, represented thousands of collegiate anglers at his very first Bassmaster Classic. And just a few years later, he is a Bassmaster Elite Series Pro. 6 events into his Elite Series career, fishing his second championship Sunday. From Tennessee, Jacob Fountz. Started the day with 58 pounds and 5 ounces. He's looking for 19 pounds and 11 ounces to knock Chris Aldane out of the Yeti hot seat. Needs 19-11. 18 pounds, 14 ounces. Just 13 ounces short, but a great finish here for Jacob Fountz, a young pro, making his second championship Sunday appearance in just 6 Bassmaster Elite Series events. Get loud for this young superstar. 77 pounds and 3 ounces, and you've come a long way from when I first met you and coined you the paper boy. But one thing hasn't changed. When I coined you the paper boy, I said, will the paper boy deliver? And boy, you have delivered. This, your rookie season in the Elite Series, 6 events in, your second top 10. I mean, there's pros that fish here for several years and don't make a top 10. You got to be loving life.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm living living the dream out here. Not everyone gets to do this for a living, and I've been incredibly fortunate in my young career. I'm just 23, and I'm so lucky.
To go from that program and to be here, I mean, but it just looks like you're so comfortable. How much of that comes from natural talent, and how much of that comes from that actual program and developing the anglers through the college bass program?
Oh, the college series, it's the deal. You know, it's a big stepping stone. If you can catch them on the college series, you can move up to the opens. If you can catch them at the opens, you can definitely catch them out here. I've always felt like I was meant to do this, and I've worked really hard to get here. And like I said, I've been incredibly fortunate, and I've been blessed.
How did you catch them this week?
Yeah, I spent all my practice on using my electronics. You know, it's Tennessee River. It's June. I knew they were going to be out there. I didn't actually find a whole lot. I ended up catching all my fish off one hole, one little shell bed. You know, all 77 pounds. So you know, it was a good week. I got no complaints. Caught all my fish on a Strike King 10XD and a big worm. Typical Tennessee River stuff. Nothing special. I love it out here at Tennessee River. Pickwick Lake felt like I was at home this week.
Sure worked out for you. 2 cuts in the great state of Tennessee. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's not even going to sit down. He's going to stay standing. And if you don't think that college bass program works, let's roll through another former college bass champion. He is the 2018 Strike King College Bass Champion, represented thousands of collegiate anglers fishing his very first Bassmaster Classic. This is his first season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. From Ava, Missouri, get loud for 2 times as tough, Cody Huff. Started the day with 59 pounds, 13 ounces. He's got 5 fish because of the incredible day had by Zaldane. He needs to have a good day. He's looking for 18 pounds, 3 ounces to take the lead. 5 all alive. 20 pounds, 8 ounces. 20 pounds, 8 ounces, and Cody Huff is your leader with 80 pounds and 6 ounces. And with that, we say goodbye to Chris Zaldane. A great finish, and Cody Huff, your very first championship Sunday here in the Bassmaster Elite Series. And you are 1 angler away from your very first Elite Series title. No matter what way this works out, man, what a great week it has been for you.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. It's been incredible. I don't regret anything I did this week. Everything I did was to the best of my ability. Thank the good Lord for every opportunity I had, because I fished really clean this week, and I had a blast out there. This place is awesome. You know, pretty much this week, the deal for me all week was a spoon. I caught a lot of my fish on a big spoon, big Dixie Jet, but when I couldn't catch them on that spoon, I caught them on that same magic worm that Brian Schmidt did. And then today, if you were watching live, the 3-inch Largo shad bailed me out. I caught 20 pounds in an hour on a tiny swim bait, you know, on Pickwick. I never hear of that. You know, you don't hear those kind of stories.
Other stories you don't hear a lot. We hear a lot of pros that get hooked on the water, but talk to me about your experience, because everybody knows, like, the line trick, right? I mean, you put braided line and you rip it out, and you want to get it the first time, because the second time sucks way worse. But I heard it took you 3 attempts to get it out of your leg, and it is incredibly hard to do to yourself. For those who have never experienced this, somebody else can pull it off better, but doing it by yourself isn't easy, especially if it takes 3 times.
No, she was pretty deep. I will tell you that. It was to the bend. I didn't have a whole lot of room to fit that braid in there, but hey, they were biting. We got it out, and when they're biting that good, you don't really worry about it.
Well, it worked out for you this week. We got 1 angler left to go. Let's hear it for him. Cody Huff going to load our hot seat. Get comfortable in the Yeti hot seat, because this isn't going to take long. We got 1 angler left to go. Let's roll him through. fishing his 24th Bassmaster Top 10. He is a Bassmaster Open winner. He is a 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He has been so close to this title in the past. Can he get it done in front of his home state of Tennessee? From Fayetteville, Tennessee, the always lethal Brandon Lester. Boom, shakalaka, giant bass. Brandon Lester came into today with 63 pounds and 3 ounces. Let's hear it for him as he makes his walk to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. A 9-year Elite Series pro. The question is not if, the question is when with him, and is today the day? Let's get both our anglers side by side. Started today with 63 pounds and 3 ounces. Looking for 17 pounds, 3 ounces. 5 fish. 22 pounds, 14 ounces. 22-14. With 86 pounds and an ounce, it's win number 2 in 2022 for Brandon Lester. And finally, he is a Bassmaster Elite Series champion. $86 and an ounce. 22-14, another VMC Monster Bag of the day, and that is win number 2 in 2022, but this one is the color blue. You are a Bassmaster Elite Series champion!
Gosh, it feels good to hear you say that. Lord have mercy. Man, I don't get wound up about much. Y'all know I'm a quiet guy. It's just my nature, but dude, oh my gosh. What you're seeing right now is 9 years. Actually, about 30 years, but 9 years of hard work. I promise you. And I watched a whole bunch of my buddies out here hold them blue trophies, and I'm truly happy for every single one of them. I love all these guys, and I mean that. But you wonder, when is it going to be my time? I want my turn. Today, it's my turn.
Today it is your turn, and I mean, the most amazing thing about this, before we make this official and give you this trophy, is, man, it's not just your turn. You have one of the most incredible, supportive families that come to every weigh-in, and they sit at the edge of their seat, and it's harder almost on the families. Like, you're focused on competing. Bass Live's fun to watch, but it is torture for families, and, man, all the torture that they've seen in the past, today is the eraser. You're an Elite Series champion for the rest of your life.
Wow, yeah, there's a ton of people that I need to thank for this. First and foremost, my family, and all my friends that are just like my family, dude. They've supported me from day one. There's been ups and downs in my career. I've had a great career thus far. Just those wins have eluded me, man. Something's always happened. But I just want to thank you guys. I love y'all. I got a whole dang cheering section right here. It's so awesome to do this in my home state of Tennessee. Thank you all for coming out. I need to thank some sponsors real quick. Midway USA, man, if you guys need anything, fishing tackle, shooting supplies, hunting supplies, midwayusa.com. Y'all go check them out. Awesome company. Really appreciate those guys. Bunch of other people. Toyota. If y'all hadn't checked out the new 2022 Tundra, definitely go check one of those things out, man. I've had one for several months. What an awesome truck, man. I got tons of other sponsors. You guys know who they are. Phoenix Boats. Gosh almighty, the list goes on and on. Mustad. I can't even think. But just thank you. All of you know who you are. Y'all can see my jersey. Thank you to everybody that has stuck in there with me.
You ready to do this?
Absolutely.
All right, let's bring out Jeff Ullman from Whataburger to do the handoff and make this official. It's been coming a long, long time. Win number 2 in 2022. And finally, Brandon Lester is a Bassmaster Elite Series champion, the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Pickwick Lake, Tennessee, belongs to Brandon Lester. Brandon, you have waited a long time to do this, but there's this trophy that a lot of people focus on, but then there's the real trophy and the real support system, and that's your family. And I want to ask your wife, Kim, to come out with the family right now, and let's celebrate. Team Lester finally gets it done. Win number 2 in 2022. Wow. And the best thing is, you've got a vacation planned this week. You're heading to the beach, right?
I am. We're actually, as soon as I wrap everything up here, we are headed straight to the beach. I'll have my toes in the sand in the morning, I promise you.
Your toes in the sand and a pretty cool trophy. I mean, there are going to be some good pictures. Kim, you know how hard he has worked for this. The support that these anglers get from home is incredible. And, man, you've seen him so close. He's literally had the trophy in his hand, but today nobody can take it away.
No, they can't. I've been with him since high school. Date a boy in high school that it's never home on the weekend. It's real hard, okay? I always joke. His mom always says I was tailor-made for this life, and it's a hard one. There's a lot of sacrifices we all do, and this all becomes our dream. So he just taught our daughters dreams come true.
Dreams do come true. One more time. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. The Whataburger Bassmaster Elite on Pickwick Lake is dominated by Brandon Lester. Win number 2 in 2022. And forever, Brandon Lester is finally a Bassmaster Elite Series champion. We started with 92, now there is one. That one is the 6th Elite Series champion of 2022. And Brandon Lester doubles down in 2022. A win in the Opens, and now the coveted Bassmaster Elite Series title.